Time. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Oregon is going to the Final Four.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
This is Duck Insider.
We need to get community. We need this thing to be bigger than just our little circle of players and coaches.
Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Oregon.
With 2 seconds on the clock.
That's the bigger picture in this thing, allowing the community to celebrate the hard work, blue-collar mentality this group brings to the table.
And the Ducks have won it. The Ducks have won.
We get to struggle together, and we get to have joy together.
The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
I am so proud right now to be the head coach at Oregon.
Catch me. Touchdown, Oregon.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Ducks athletics.
Oh, it is so good to be back. Welcome back. Another year of Duck football is upon us. Oh, man, I got to tell you, Media Day every year. Today is Oregon Football Media Day. As we're live in the 1 o'clock hour, there are interviews going on upstairs in the club room at Autzen. Dan Lanning was just in the studio. It fit his schedule to record with us. That's coming up in 2 minutes. And we're going to have Evan Williams, Marcus Harper, Jeffrey Bossa, and Troy Franklin all live during this hour. Tomorrow, we'll have even more interviews with Duck football, including the podium conversations, the press conferences with Dan Lanning and Bo Nix. Also, Triquez Bridges, Casey Rogers, Camden Lewis, Steve Stevens are going to be with us here in the Country Financial Studio. And our entire Quack Video crew is upstairs recording a bunch of interviews. You're going to see them on YouTube. You'll see them on the various media outlets. Every year, it feels like the first day of school. That's what today feels like. Also, it's weird that it's July 31st. Someone asked me this. They're like, have you ever done a show in July for Duck Insider? The answer is no. The way the calendar fell this year, it just worked out. We also do have a ton of other football and Oregon-related things to talk about. It's been a really slow-moving news summer. Nothing has happened. I felt like I really could unplug for 6 complete weeks. I never had anything else to think about. Real slow moving, wasn't it? Gosh, what a time around college sports. And here's what I'll say before we talk with Coach Lanning and we talk with Evan Williams and everybody else on the show today. Man, it's nice to be at a place like Oregon where no matter what, you know that there's going to be some great competition and great games. And by the way, before we know it, Oregon soccer season begins in like 2.5 weeks. We're in it now. It feels like football. It really does feel like the first day of school. I'm Joey Mack. Thanks for being with us. Every time this year, they're back with us. The Willamette Valley Cancer Institute and Research Center bringing you every conversation that we have with Coach Lanning this year. Fight like a duck with exceptional cancer care close to home. We're talking with Dan Lanning, Duck football head coach. We were just saying before we sat down that this is the earliest media day actually that I can remember, July 31st. So I can't say like it's August, but it's still summer camp, but we call it fall camp. How are you, Coach? How are things?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Good to see you.
Hey, so is the second year any different, like honestly? Like, I mean, it's the second year that you've had to come in here and kibitz with me on a media day. Is it any better?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. This is the second time. I'll tell you at the end if it was better.
Fair. Give me a grade. Break down my film for me at the end.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. Hey, congratulations on your contract extension.
Thank you so much, yeah.
Are you the type that when something like that happens, you're like going out to dinner and celebrating? Like when the ink dries, like what does Coach Lanning and family do after something like that?
Yeah, we don't really lose our focus on what's at hand, right? The rest of that kind of takes care of itself. Certainly it's comforting to know that you get to be in a place that you're thrilled to be in for a long time to come. So definitely pumped. But there was no celebratory dinner.
You were just talking with the media about this, and I wanted to kind of follow up with you that, you know, like you said that you wanted to make a commitment to the university. The university makes a commitment to you. Like, that's just cool to hear, I feel like, for fans. I mean, how impactful is that to you to have that commitment on both sides?
It's huge. It's huge. You want to go to a place where you know that they're not satisfied, right? And it's no different for you as a coach. But if somebody's always worrying about what's next and they're not taking care of what they need to take care of at home.
Tell us about your team. What do you like this year?
Yeah, I'm really excited. We have a new team. I mean, it's a completely different team than our 2022 season. Certainly some pieces that are back that were big parts of what we did last year, but also a lot of new faces. So excited to see how well we mesh together this fall. Get out there and get some work. We're healthy. We've worked really hard. Some guys have done a good job of reshaping their bodies, getting stronger and faster this offseason. So excited to see that hit the field.
How big of a deal is that offseason? Like, can you put that in context for fans? Because I think we get so focused in, when it's football season, but the offseason's really important for your group.
Yeah, it's huge. It's no different than, having a baby. That 9 months of labor matters, right? Or it takes time. You got to grow it. You got to build it over time. You can't just have a team day one.
Okay, last year I asked you for advice for a soon-to-be dad. I'm going to keep the annual tradition now. I'm about to have a 1-year-old in a couple weeks.
So you did it again.
Well, no, not yet. I can't. No big announcents on that.
Okay, sorry. So you're just saying it's a year.
He's going to be a year old. Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's back to back.
No. I cannot confirm nor deny yet. So.
Okay, fair.
But now I got to ask you advice for having a 1-year-old. He's starting to walk, Coach.
That's the thing.
Now what do I do?
They move now. Before you could set him down in a room and you could leave.
They were like luggage.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. One, I would just always check all exits. Right? That's a big thing. When you set them down, check all exits, and then you're already probably trying to assess if there's any dangerous objects in the room.
Tried to already stick his finger in a power outlet that I forgot to cover,
that sort of stuff. It sounds like you're on it. I haven't done it for a long time. My youngest is 10, so it's been a while.
But see, this is why I ask these things,
Yeah.
I'm somebody that takes input from a lot of different sources, and then I still do it wrong.
I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah, to some extent. So I was kind of joking tongue-in-cheek about, like, year 2 and how different that feels. But the continuity for the student-athletes even, Coach, like, how big of a deal is that in year 2 in your system and everything else?
I think it's huge anywhere. Everybody comes in and you're trying to piece together what it looks like. And now I think the entire team shares a vision of where we're headed. Having a lot of staff continuity. Our staff's back, and we've got a phenomenal staff. But everybody understanding the expectations as we roll into year 2 makes it a little bit different, right? The piece you fight with that is when you have some consistency is making sure you don't have complacency and you don't get comfortable and you continue to push, and that's something that we'll continue to do here.
You do have a couple new additions to the coaching staff. I wanted to give you a chance to talk about the new additions.
Yeah, Will Stein, new offensive coordinator, really excited about him, going through that process, finding somebody that shared a vision for what he wanted to be able to accomplish and felt like he could fit within the framework of what we wanted to accomplish, and then bring some great fresh ideas, as well as just being an outstanding coach. After him, Chris Hampton's a guy that I've had a lot of respect for several years, a guy that's we've talked ball across each other, whether we were at different spots, bounced ideas off, and then just being around him, you can see the impact that he's made on the programs that he's been a part of. So really excited about him. And then Alik Terry is a guy that I initially hired here when I first got here, and wasn't able to keep him because he had an opportunity in the NFL, but made it really clear to me that this is a place that he wanted to be. And it was really clear in his short time here the impact that he made with the players that we had. So he's done an outstanding job in that offensive line room. So really excited about all 3 of those guys.
That's cool. I did want to ask you before we get into the depth chart, if you will. I know you're huge on team culture, and you do a lot of things, and you were just talking about this down at the podium with the media that you do a lot off the field too to build that. Paintballing is one of them.
Yeah, it's one of.
Just one of.
Yeah, I mean, we do a ton of things. I think that you get an opportunity to be a coach. You have a responsibility to do a little bit more than just ball. I mean, we've done 850 hours of community service in the last 6 months, something I'm really proud of with our team. So we're always trying to find opportunities that we can grow, and we love spending time together. So whenever we can do it, we want to.
One example that a lot of you will see when you drive by the HDC, a bunch of new trees that are going to be really tall one of these days.
That's right.
Like just even stuff like that I think is cool. But I understand you were the paintball target. Like you were.
I took some hits. But I also got some guys now. Just to be really clear, like I certainly got shot, but I also shot back.
Yeah.
We played like team deathmatch. So when you got shot, you weren't necessarily out. You just had to go tag back in.
Oh, okay.
So it meant you can get shot more than one time in a game, which was interesting to say the least.
Do you find with stuff like that and maybe other like bonding that guys kind of have the same personality as they do on the football field?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely shows up. There's some kamikaze type guys that just go out there and they don't care, and then there's some guys that sit back in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the feeling that the quarterback is the guy who's calling out, where for people to go. I mean,
yeah,
it's safe to say.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. We have, a couple guys that were leading. I'll say this: an aggressive approach in paintball pays off. Like, you want to be aggressive, you want to push the line, you want to make the other team uncomfortable. You don't sit back on your heels.
That's a huge deal, though, for your team culture, isn't it? Like, just doing things like this.
Spending time together, for sure.
Yeah, that is a cool thing. So now let's talk about the team a little bit. How big of a deal is it to have a quarterback back?
It's huge. It's huge, especially in year 2. For him, and I think everybody sees the growth that Bo made in his transition here, but I'm excited to see just as much growth in year 2 for him.
What do you want him to work on? Like, where are those focus points for?
More than anything, I'm not going to get into specific details of the things that I think that he can really attack. I know he understands that, and our goals for him, but year 2 is going to be different for him from a leadership standpoint more than anything. He's the guy that can ask, right? He can pull from some of these guys on the team, and he can be a more vocal leader.
What do you like about the wide receiver group, tight ends as well?
Well, I think we have more speed, more depth. I think you'll see a faster group out there. We're going to be able to create some matchup issues. I think they've done a really good job of picking up the system. Tight end wise, again, we were able to add some pieces of the puzzle that I think will give us some guys that are willing to go put their face in the fan when it's necessary and move the line of scrimmage, but also can be a threat and make it hard for linebackers and safeties to cover them.
Similarly, a lot of depth in your running back group.
Yeah, we got a great room there. And all those guys know that there's a lot of work to be done. But it's nice knowing that you got a lot of guys back there that can touch the ball and make an impact for your team.
Offensive line, winning in the trenches. What do you like about that group?
We got a lot of guys, and really a lot of guys with experience. Just the relative experience at Oregon is not necessarily the same. So brought in some young guys that are big bodies. We're a bigger team up front than we have been in the past, and then some guys that got to get used to playing with each other. So that these next few weeks are really critical in figuring that out.
Defensively, let's stay in the trenches. What do you like in the trenches?
Yeah, again, bigger, right? We're bigger and we're faster along the defensive line. So excited to see. I have a lot of newcomers. We got to figure out what newcomers can make an impact quick. Some guys that have had experiences other places, and then some guys coming in as freshmen. So how fast can they pick it up? Can they be conditioned to the standard necessary to be out there and make some success? But being able to move the line of scrimmage is a big piece there.
Linebackers, I'm just going position by position.
Yeah, I think we're really athletic. I think we're one of the more athletic groups. We have a couple guys in there that have been former safeties.
Yeah.
Got some guys that have, again, great game experience, but really sideline to sideline type players, which excites me.
DBs.
Long, right? Can cover, play the game, violent, hungry, and I think we got some better tackling back there, something we've certainly emphasized this offseason.
Now I got to ask you about special teams. I got to tell you, so Camden Lewis is going to be in here in the studio, and I got some things ready for Cam. I mean, special teams are always fun to talk about when things go well.
Yeah, no, Cam's obviously been one of the most consistent and accurate kickers in our league. Excited to have him back and his leadership out there. And then we have a few guys, obviously, that are new. We're going to be seeing where those pieces fall to see how they can make an impact for us.
Keys to a successful fall camp. What do you want to see as a coach?
Well, you want to train hard. You want to train as hard as you possibly can, but you want to come away and feel healthy at the end of the camp.
How do we do? Film breakdown.
Yeah, I think you hit every facet. It was pretty good.
We try.
Yeah.
We try. Coach, thanks for always coming in. Thanks for taking the time. Looking forward to talking with you again every Wednesday when we get into the season. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good luck with the 1-year-old.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach. Yeah, I always appreciate Coach Lanning because I can go rapid-fire questions with him, and he's just ready for that. Like I like being able to go through position groups like that. Learned a lot, and a healthy fall camp. I feel like that is always something that when a coach says that, I'm always like, oh, yeah, I should have thought of that. Of course you want to be healthy at the end of your camp. The Ducks will officially start practice on Wednesday. A lot of build-up over the last few days, and then today, media day. There's also a photo shoot day today and tomorrow for Duck football. And then on Wednesday, practice begins. So that's the next time that we'll hear from Coach Lanning. They're going to practice actually in the afternoon, so we'll have all the interviews on the show coming up the following day throughout fall camp. Our entire crew will be there. The Quack Minute returns as well, and then we mentioned the Oregon Football Coaches Show every Wednesday night on the Oregon Football social media channels, the GoDucks YouTube, and across the Oregon Sports Network, the Oregon Radio Network, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock during the season. So week 1, Portland State, we'll have that show. And then we also have our preseason special planned on Tuesday the 22nd. We'll highlight the very best of fall camp. Quick time out. When we return, our first student athlete is here, Evan Williams, in the Country Financial Studio when we come back on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4 or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4 or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
We're back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. It is our first guest of the year in the Country Financial Studio. He's live with us. It's Evan Williams. Evan, great to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, great to meet you too, man.
Okay, so I have to give everyone a little bit of inside the show. So we were just talking during the break. I asked Evan if Bennett gave him any scouting report on coming on the show. Maybe Bennett doesn't even know that you got picked to do this, but he didn't, which is good. So all of our traditions that we do in the studio, I'm happy to report that Evan has not been warned. So that brings me to every time someone comes on the show for the first time, I always make them tell their 2-minute life story. Okay?
Boy. Okay.
So it's your 2-minute life story. It's whatever you want to fill your 2 minutes with. But we're competitive. We've got a leaderboard.
Oh, wow.
We know how close everyone has been to 2 minutes. The record,
okay,
and I will tell you that Bo Nick said that this person must have been cheating. The record is 1:59.56.
I mean, that's just how am I supposed to?
Play clock. It's in your mind. I don't know.
All right.
So I've got the timer ready. Are you ready?
I guess I am.
All right, the 2-minute life story of Evan Williams. Go.
Okay. That's me, Evan Williams. My story begins in a little town in the Bay Area called Campbell, California. Grew up there with the older brother, Bennett Williams, who y'all might be familiar with. And, so grew up there for my whole life. Didn't have to move houses or anything. Went to a high school called St. Francis in Mountain View. And grew up loving sports, actually. Let me go before that. Grew up loving sports, played every sport imaginable. My parents just threw me into whatever they could find. And, me and my brother, they found out pretty early that we're all right.
Pretty good.
We could do a little something on the field or the court or whatever. So, grew up loving sports, loved everything that came with it. Went to high school, St. Francis High School in Mountain View, played football, basketball, ran a little bit of track there. So my brother was older than me, had a couple years on me, so I grew up always looking up to him a little bit. He was setting that standard for me, and had a great 4 years there. Went to Fresno State for 4 years as well. Won a championship my last year there. Nothing but positive things to say about that place. And just decided that it was time to level up, to get some more eyes on me, to get ready for this competition and have a great year. So came to Oregon, and I'm here now, loving it. Love this locker room, love this family that we're creating, and that is my story. Done.
How long do you think that was?
2:06.
Nah, minute 43. Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Whenever I get to talking too much, I think I'm like, I don't know if I'm pushing the boundaries.
No, I thought that was great. I mean,
right.
Look, so regular listeners and watchers of the show, they've heard a lot of 2-minute life stories. Okay, I mean, minute 43 is solid.
That's not horrible.
I've gotten some 2-second ones where people are like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, then you're not. I mean, you're just not a competitor.
I guess not.
Yeah.
See, to anyone that's ever done that. Now, I didn't say.
Yeah, you're losing.
Right? Yeah. I'm kidding. No, that was great. So the reason I do that, I think it's always cool. Like I can sit here and read your bio, right, and I can pick out things, but I never know what are you proud of in your 2 minutes. You're proud of your upbringing. I can tell.
Absolutely.
Family guy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my parents had I think a big influence on me and my brother. Just how we were raised, how we were brought up. I think we just had the pleasure of being taught the right principles and the just the right standards, and I think that led us to just attacking things with the right mentality, and I think that's led us to some positive things. I mean, we both went to Oregon, so I think we're in the right spot, and he's at obviously Miami right now, doing his thing. So yeah, definitely proud of my parents and just everything that came with the household.
All right, well, the obvious Oregon-centric question is, what was the competition like growing up between the two of you? I mean, there's got to be some fun stories there that you can share.
Yeah, I mean, so he's 2.5 years older than me. So he was we were close to each other, but we never played on the same Pop Warner team, same basketball team. He always was, because he would play up, because he I forgot his birthday fell in between, so he would play up, and I would just play at my whatever age, and so unfortunately we never played each other until 2021, Oregon, Fresno State. Got to see him on the field a couple times, obviously on special teams, but I remember that first. I was on punt return, he was on punt, and it's a inexplainable feeling, just kind of being out there and realizing, all that work you put in, all that, just everything you've gone through has led to this moment, and now you could just soak it up, and that was pretty special.
I remember him talking about it, going into it and even after the fact of just it does kind of confirm all that hard work in a lot of ways, and now for you, getting the chance to come here, how cool is that to confirm all the hard work maybe in that way for you?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I think I'm just blessed with this opportunity to be here. Honestly, our locker room is such a great group of guys, and I think we have a really special opportunity this year. We got a lot of talent, and just I feel like enough people with the right headspace and the right mentality to hit the ground running this year. And so it's looking bright, looking like some good things are in store for us. So
Evan Williams, our guest. I did have one fan want to know more about the way that you play the game, so I'm going to ask you that question. How do you describe your game? What do you want to be good at?
Yeah, man. I like to think of myself as a hybrid on the field, just somebody that's capable of doing whatever a coach needs you to do, a fixer. And I think just that combined with a passion for the game and just a passion for what I do, and a true competitive spirit, as I mentioned a little earlier.
Minute 43.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done better. Yeah, give me another shot. I'm touching that 150 mark. But no, yeah, and I just think with that passion and just bringing that to the field every day, able to make some plays and make some things happen.
I've said before that I feel like on the offensive side, the tight end position has probably changed maybe the most in the last, 10, 15 years in football. I kind of feel like the DB position maybe is that defensively.
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a few examples of just unicorns that have, defensive coordinators nowadays are just trying everything to make, one position do everything. You see Isaiah Simmons is a good example. I can't think of many other, but just, if you could have somebody that can, drop in the post or play in the box and just do all the things that anybody can do, it makes it so much more difficult for a offensive coordinator to plan around somebody. And so I think that I'm capable of, if you need to put me in the box, I'll go and stuff that run. If you need to put me man on a slot, I'll cover out there. And I feel like I bring a lot to the table, and I think that's an advantage.
You bring up, I think, an amazing point, Evan. Like, I think a lot of people talk about the physical aspect of being able to play those different spots on the football field, but the mental aspect too. Can you speak to that a little bit? You're a guy that's played these different positions. That's a bigger playbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that it is definitely. You gotta definitely be on your P's and Q's if you want to be able to, play all of these different positions. Just because you have to know the people you're playing off of, their responsibilities and their techniques, because that'll make you play a lot faster if you know your keys and know all that. So yeah, I'm definitely spending a lot of time with my position coach, Coach Lanning, just in that film room trying to get things down, get this playbook all the way down so that I'm able to fit in those spots where needed.
What's a successful fall camp? What's it look like? Tell fans.
I think we just got to take it one day at a time and just getting better. Taking it a day by a time, and just 1% every day. I mean, it's hard not to look to the first game, hard not to look to the schedule, and with all these games on the schedule, and get excited for that. But I think a successful fall camp for us is just building this connection, building on our mental toughness, and just taking it a day at a time, getting a little better each day, and the finished product is a finished product, and I think we got some good things in store.
That's cool to hear. Now, Evan Williams with us. I want to ask you about the kind of beyond the football field. I was talking with Coach Lanning about this. Like, he's big on you guys kind of being a family off the field. How as a new player in the locker room, like, how much does that impact you heading into a football season that you've had opportunities to go and shoot your head coach with a paintball gun?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's everything for sure. I think somebody mentioned that there was, 50 newcomers on this team.
That's a lot.
And so to try to instill that sense of connection and family, it's obviously not easy, but it's almost felt easy in a way, which is kind of odd. I felt like I knew these guys for a while, even when I came in. You get the traditional little brher treatment, little Bennett, all that when you initially come in. But
that's
I feel
probably
like,
been your whole life.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just goes in one ear out the other.
I mean, the resemblance is striking.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who said it or will say it.
Yeah, I understand. I take it with a grain of salt. But no, I mean, that's definitely a challenge just to have all these newcomers and trying to blend this team together and make it execute on any given Saturday. And I think, as you said, we're having these opportunities to go, on these hikes, these paintballing trips, and I think that does a huge amount to just building this family, building this connection, and I think it's gonna show on these Saturdays.
It's awesome. Evan Williams, I'll leave you with this. What else should fans know? Anything? Did we miss anything? What else should I have asked you today?
Oh, I don't know, man.
It's your floor.
I mean, I already gave my 2-minute story.
Yeah,
but,
that's good. That was great.
Nah. For Ducks fans, I mean, just understand you're getting somebody that's gonna go all out on every play. Gonna play fast and give everything they got to this program. So
good to see you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for being here. It might be the last time. It could not be.
I hope not.
We do this every Wednesday.
I would love to be a special guest.
All right. So, I mean, every Wednesday we do the coaches show, and there's always a student athlete that comes with Coach Lanning, and so
I might have to run in here.
Yeah, that's
or
cool.
Steal a couple spots.
That's awesome.
All right.
I appreciate the time.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being a Duck. Thanks for coming here.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you.
We're gonna get time out. When we come back, Marcus Harper scheduled to join us next as Oregon Football Media Day continues. It's Duck Insider. We're back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Into the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. We're in the Country Financial Studio with Marcus Harper. Marcus, hey, thanks for being here. Pop that mic down.
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah.
See, now you hear yourself. Now it's real, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was just telling Evan that we went with the headsets,
yeah.
and now you hear yourself, and you're like, okay.
That's how I sound.
Yeah. How do you sound? What do you think?
I sound like a mature young man.
I think yes, you do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was well done. Okay, has anybody warned you about my tradition in the studio?
Nah.
Good.
Oh,
good. I'm glad that like this hasn't gotten around with the football team yet. So anytime you come in the studio the very first time, I make you tell your 2-minute life story.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this is your 2 minutes. We do time you.
Okay.
So the goal is 2 minutes.
Where am I starting from?
Right when I say go, and it's your 2 minutes. It's your life story.
I want to start.
Whatever you could start your life story that today I ate this for breakfast, and that's my life.
That's a short 2 minutes.
It is a short 2-minute life story.
I feel like that's lame. All right, I'm gonna give you good quality 2 minutes.
Ready?
Yep.
On your mark, get set, go.
So I was a young man born in Chicago, okay? The scene is dark, okay?
Okay.
June 27, 2002, pops out Marcus Harper. That's it. You don't know how I get here, just pop out. I pop out of somewhere, okay?
Okay.
Then we fast forward to 5 years old. I find out what a cheeseburger is. Okay? Find out what a cheeseburger is. Fellas, that's just, one too many cheeseburgers. Hey, okay? So then we pop to 10 years old, okay? We find out what a double cheeseburger is. Hey, okay? We get to 10 and a half. We graduate from Happy Meals to Big Boy Meals, okay? Now we're talking Big Macs, filet of fish, even filet of fish with an extra side of fries.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get to 13. We start talking about medium-sized pieces, okay? Just cheese, though. We don't want extras, Boys, we hit 15, okay? That's where we get to large pieces. We get double burritos, okay?
Yeah.
Chicago, a lot of pieces, okay?
Yeah.
Double large pieces.
Yeah.
Then we get to college. You got to calm it down. We just do one large pieces, some toppings, some healthier spinach, you know what I'm saying, grilled chicken. And
the
then
nutritionist staff's proud of you
nutrition
right
staff,
now.
you know what I'm saying? Now we're 21 years old, fellas, and I think we have a healthy balance of pizza and a little bit of salad. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Marcus Harper's story.
that was the most That was the most unique 2-minute
You feel
life
me?
story.
But
we've
look,
ever got.
it's unique.
But the analogies, I was with you the
hey,
whole way.
Listen,
I understood.
That was great story building, was it not?
Yeah.
You feel me? That's all you got to do.
That was great. It's almost like you've been in the journalism school and you're a storyteller or something.
I haven't. You know what's great? This is just pure. This is just infused in.
You're a storyteller.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I tried.
How long do you think that was?
Maybe like a minute 30.
It was minute 18.
Okay, I was close. Yeah,
so-
see?
Yeah, that was pretty good, though.
Yeah, I'm right there, though.
That the unique, though, I think we
Yeah.
got to give you a bonus 30
You have
seconds
to.
for the uniqueness.
I think finding
you know?
out what a cheeseburger was at 5 years old was just a great introduction. You're
Yeah.
hooked. You're hooked automatically.
Yeah,
you gotta
really,
stay.
I really in that moment was like, this. Wow,
Yeah.
this is going to be the
I forgot
best.
to talk about the cheeseburger. I mean, I forgot to talk about the milkshake, but that was at 2 years old. So
2 years old?
2 years old.
Okay.
We went straight from baby formula. Forgot that milkshake.
So I'm about to be my son's about to be a year old. So
Milkshake.
Milkshakes
Don't even spend time with baby formula. It's a waste of money.
All right.
Because look, it's a scam.
I've
So all they're
learned
gonna
so
do, they're gonna
much.
try to give you all this money into baby formula. Stop that.
Just
milkshake.
milkshakes.
Yeah, milkshake. Vanilla though.
Marcus Harper.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
have a podcast yet?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're trying to. I think we need one.
I
think, listen, Taylor Lewan and Jason Kelsey have set the pathway for O-Line podcast.
That's right.
Busting with the boys in new heights. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to get one in a couple years.
All right, serious question
Yep.
here, Marcus.
Yep.
Why are offensive linemen routinely some of the best interviews on a football roster?
Okay, you want to know why?
Yeah.
Okay, so offensive linemen never get to shine. So
Yeah.
we have to suppress all of this comedic value. And so when we never get a mic, and sometimes offensive linemen, when they get in the limelight, they shell up because they're so – me, I'm different. Give me the spotlight.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to give you what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Great comedy, great food stories. I'm going to give you great recipes. I'm giving you life keys here. I'm giving you the formula to be a big boy. You feel me? And big
No, the
boys,
milkshake to be a big boy.
the milkshakes to be a big boy, exactly. So I think offensive linemen, listen, because they're underrated, they're underappreciated, undershined. So whenever they get a chance to shine, they take advantage of it. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are.
Yeah.
In Duck Insider.
I mean, look, it's
Listen.
been true of
Listen.
every single
Yes.
single roster.
Yes.
Like it's always just so much about the O-line. It's fun.
The minute you find a bad one, though, please let me know.
So-
Because we got to
oh.
figure it out.
So
'Cause
you're you coach them up.
You got to. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When they start off I feel like if you get Poncho in here, Poncho would be a great. Poncho would be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, I have to ask you about your position group.
Gotcha.
though.
Okay. All right.
What do you like? I mean, what do you like about your room? Tell us about the room.
We're young and we're hilarious. No. But no,
Good.
like we got some characters
Good.
in there. Like I think we have great characters. We have great competitors too. Everybody in that room likes to compete, and I mean, what more can you ask for from an offensive line room? You know what I'm saying? I think we did a great job. I don't say I think we did a great job over the summer, like just putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? Like day in and day out, like 6 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like we just did it. You know what I'm saying? So we just did a great job of doing that. So I love them boys.
It's kind of been a theme from Coach Lanning. I was just talking to Evan about this, like the off the field.
Yeah.
Take us inside, like how big of a deal that is to a
Yeah.
football program, to this program.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you have your offensive linemen are like the heart and soul of the team, I mean, your team's pretty much set up for success. You know what I'm saying? But that entails a lot, though. You do have a responsibility of like, okay, you set the standard, you set the tone for everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great thing to have. You know what I'm saying? When everything's going good, but you also entail like when things go south, like okay, they're going to be looking towards you.
Yeah.
So you take the good with the bad, but I mean, what else more would you want? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the life that we live with. But you got to take it on the chin. I think when you run away from it, that's when you get like just bad team continuity and all this other stuff. I think you just got to accept it and just understand it. Like, look, whenever good, bad, or indifferent, you're gonna get offensive line. They're gonna look to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So however you look at that, that's what you take it and run with it.
I mean, analogy aside, like you guys are getting punched in the mouth every play.
Yeah, willingly.
Yeah.
willingly.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like we have we couldn't run away from it even if we tried. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, but that's a mindset though. Like if you attack all the hard stuff, all the difficult tasks and stuff like that, you don't run away from it. I mean, it kind of bruise and set you up for success. Just not even as a football player, just as a man. Period. So, we'll be all right.
Life lessons with Marcus Harper.
Life lessons.
Today.
That might be that might be the little snippet. Life lessons with Marcus Harper. Hey, we'll figure it out later. We'll talk about it later.
I mean, look, you could do it.
Listen, appreciate you.
Just let us know. We're here for you.
Listen, might as well get it done.
Might
as well.
We're here for you. We got microphones galore, Marcus.
Listen, and I'm not bad on the microphone if I do say so myself.
No,
What is
you're
everybody?
great.
We're good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, so I like it. So.
But I'm glad though that we could talk about this because I actually have written down on my list why are O linemen always some of the best interviews.
Yeah.
I I asked Jake Hansen this one time too, and I'm curious what you feel like on this. Like everybody, there was a period of time where offensive linemen, it was like you were always the phrase "big uglies" gets thrown around.
I don't know who started.
You.
First off, whoever started that phrase.
Yeah, like why?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so I asked Jake Hansen that, and he just laughed. He was like, "Joey, I have no idea where that came from." Like as an O lineman, it's just no one's saying that anymore, and I think it's because O linemen are some of the best interviews.
I mean, what are we defining as ugly?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's all relative.
I can get like if you're walking around. Sweat stains, grease stains, you know what I'm saying, food stains, you got the tank top
you're
with
dirty.
the dirt. Yeah, you're dirty.
Yeah.
I get that. But first off, that's a whole nother science I would have to get into. I promise you I don't have the time because, like, if you're a bigger body, because I'm not even going to say if you're a denser, that's what we call dense. That's the new word, dense.
Okay.
If you're a denser body, you have to smell good. You just have to. So because, like, you're just a bigger, so everything gets off of you faster. So if you stink, then you're just a nasty person.
See, I'm telling you.
Life lessons, I'm telling you. So you
Harper.
can't. So the phrase "big ugly" is counterproductive because it's like you can't. It just doesn't work unless you're just okay with being smelly. Then if that's the case, then to each his own. But me personally, I like to smell good. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep myself, clean.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like having great hygiene. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
it kind of helps.
Marcus, I am a clean
That's what I'm saying.
guy.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Like I said, to each his own. But whoever coined the phrase "big uglies" in that offensive, I think.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You know what? People say that because that's how they feel about themselves on the inside. So that's how they felt about themselves.
Scott is standing ovation.
That's
right
how
now.
they felt about themselves, and they just coined it on the bigger guys.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Listen,
no,
it's okay.
It's amazing though. We're kind of half joking about this, Marcus, but like the I think in a lot of ways, as society has changed so much, we all know that. But so has the O-line position, I think, and I think the appreciation for the O-line position.
Because I think you got to realize like what we're doing. Like, most guys are 300 plus. You know what I'm saying? We get a couple 290s in there. You know, I'm not one of them. But for the occasional guys that we do get, let's 295 plus, 295. Let's say to 320, right? 325, and even some who are bigger. Yeah. We are moving backwards, and we're having to prevent a man that is a better athlete. He's going forward. To stop touching our quarterback. That's just in pass blocking. And then in run blocking, we have to move a man from the coin phrase from point A to point B against their will. Like, that's not a natural thing. No. That's not a natural whatever. Hey, Jeffrey Bossa, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the people. But, so, I mean, like, we don't do things – like, what we do is not normal. But it's an art, though. Like, that's nothing that you just casually do on, like, a regular Wednesday. Like, yeah, I'm going to move this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just – it's got to be trained though. Yeah.
You guys are a lot of fun to talk to, but equally fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, because when you get the highlight offensive line blocks like Trent Williams countless times, like him in motion or whatever, or who was like just Panay just barking back at Aaron Donald, like those are exciting because like everyone else is like, oh, he's just a big ugly doing whatever, but like you got to think like. No, you're really irritating the guy who's a better athlete, and you stopped him and all this other stuff. You stopped him from doing his natural ability when we're doing something that's, innately not in your natural,
Interesting.
So you put on for the big boy community.
See, this is life lessons with
Life
Marcus
lessons
Harper.
with Big Marcus.
All right, lastly, Jeff is here, so we got to get to Jeff. What do I ask him?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You got to ask Jeff, like, what's his favorite fit to put on?
All right.
Like if you look at Jeff's Instagram, like, hey, you feel me? But like, just ask him what's his favorite fit to put on, and I think he'll get it.
Now Jeff's already done his 2-minute life story. So
what was his? What was his sound? Was it better than? It couldn't have been better.
He was pretty good.
It wasn't better than mine. No.
I think you were about 1:10. It was a little bit short.
See, but it wasn't great storytelling though.
He did get straight to the point. I mean,
see, that's boring. But that's boring. Okay, that's boring. That's such a linebacker answer. I'm gonna get straight to the point. What does that even mean? I brought you in. I set it up perfectly. I kept you entangled. I kept you there for a good while. I didn't bore you by getting to 130 and plus. Yeah. I got you right at what was that? 12 seconds short.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, life lessons with Big Marcus. Don't bore people by overdoing it. Get them nice short. Keep them into it, and then leave.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome back anytime.
Hey.
It's Marcus Harper, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Good job. Good job. Marcus Harper joining us. A quick timeout. When we come back, Jeff's into the comfy chair. Jeffrey Bossa is here. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4 or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4 or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the big boy community, Marcus Harper II, is back with fellow Oregon Duck teammate Jeffrey Bossa. Give it up for Jeffrey Bossa, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, so before we went to break, we talked about Jeff's famous 2-minute story. Jeff, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to redo that 2-minute story because apparently I need to hear this 2-minute story because what I just gave beforehand, for me personally, I felt like was top tier.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you another run at it, and we're just going to see, we're going to let the fans see who had the better 2-minute story. Ready?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
What 2-minute story about what? Just
2-minute story.
Just Jeff?
All right. No. Give me a 2-minute story. All right, we're going to throw a curveball here. 2-minute story of when you started really putting those fits together. Like, when was the first thing that you looked at and was like, okay, I could do this? And then let's talk about the progression of El Jefe's drip. Let's do it. Come on.
All right. Okay.
All right, ready? You got a timer? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right. So it started my junior year of high school is when I really started getting like pairs of Jordans and stuff like that. I think my first pair of Jordan was the Jordan 1 CP3s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, growing up, I never really had like, money to afford like Jordans and, all the like KDs and stuff like that that were coming out. So yeah, that was my first pair of Jordan was the CP3s, and then from then on, my senior year of high school, I started getting into more stuff because I started seeing on the media like guys like Stephon Diggs, guys like, Devin Booker, and little things like that. The pregame fits and stuff like that that you see in the league nowadays. So I just got heavily motivated by that, and so I came into Eugene my freshman year. Started getting paid a little bit, stipend and stuff like that. So once I started seeing money on my account, I was like, you know what, mom's not here no more. I can get shoes. So I think the first pair of shoes I bought when I got to college was like the pine green ones. Because the green and black, I like the green and black.
I like it.
I had to go Bred 4s and stuff like that. But heading into the more clothing aspect and standpoint, I think that just was all motivated from guys in the league and stuff like that. I want to prepare myself so for when I get there, it's not new to me. So that was really it.
Y'all like Minute 17. Okay, that was a good story. I'm not even gonna try to hit. That was a good story.
I'll take it.
So going back to Bliss Fits, right? We had a fellow duck that was on Bliss Fits. Do you know who I'm talking about? Verone McKinley. Ladies and gentlemen, Verone McKinley. I don't know if we had his picture, but Verone McKinley had a Blitz Fits photo. He just held his hands up like this. And that's how I think. That's how you do every time you put your clothes on. It's just, it's real simple. It's real subtle. You know what I'm saying? It's really about the accessories, y'all boys. Like, people who want to do all the big sporadic, like, hype beast stuff is real subtle. And I think that's what Verone McKinley gets across. So I don't know about you, but when it comes to drip, like, Verone McKinley, ladies and gentlemen, like, that's the inspo. All right, but anyway, back to that, Jeff. So when I had my 2-minute thing, I talked about food, right? Just, you know, I'm a dense guy. You know what I'm saying? What, like, if you had to do, like –
Go ahead.
If you was like last meal, you feel me? What you gonna eat? Let me do last breakfast, last lunch, and last dinner. I mean last dinner with dessert on the side.
Okay, last breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Does it have to be specific, or like it can just be like something from a restaurant? Like I could just say in a restaurant and like go.
I'll expand on it. I got you. I got you. Let's do it. Give me some basics. Give me some regular. Yeah.
We'll probably go. I got two. We'll probably go Buddy's Diner here in Eugene. And then we'll go. What is it? Waffle House. Waffle House for breakfast.
Okay.
Yep,
all right.
That's the two. I'll go one in state. I'll go one out of state.
Got
and then
you.
for
I
lunch,
like that. Waffle House.
Lunch. Okay. Lunch will go. Probably Cheesecake Factory.
Type.
Can't go wrong with
Cheesecake Factory. This is gonna be a real big moment. Cheesecake Factory, the bread. Oh man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Cheesecake Factory for lunch, and then we'll probably go.
For dinner.
I was still thinking about lunch, but anyways, all right, we'll go dinner. We'll go dinner. All right, dinner. Wow. We'll probably go.
This is the lifestyle between a linebacker and a lineman because I already had my dinner already in my head. I've had this planned out for years.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. In state, we'll go the restaurant at BJ's. We'll go restaurant at BJ's.
I do like BJ's. Pizookie Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Pizookie Tuesdays.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll do that for dinner, and then out of state. Let's see. I don't really got one.
I was gonna say Zaxby's, but Zaxby's is okay.
Zaxby's, I see that lunch.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. I'll take Zaxby's.
Okay.
We'll go Zaxby's.
And then dessert. Give me dessert.
Dessert. I might be going back to cheesecake.
Tight. I got you.
Cheesecake.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Bossa. If you ever want to give some food to Jeffrey Bossa, you know what he likes.
Yeah.
So you might as well just drop it on in the inbox. You know, send it to him, and he'll be appreciated. Send it specifically to him, and he'll love you for the rest of his life.
No
doubt.
doubt.
I hate to interrupt.
Yeah.
Well done, Marcus. By the way, that was unique questioning.
It was for sure.
Yeah.
It was.
So I got to tell everybody, I'm over on Scott's headset now. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Last year, Jeff had this same treatment where he got interviewed by another student athlete. It just works out, I guess. For
literally every time.
Jeffrey Bossa, the man of the people, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So I hate to tell you, but you guys are up against the clock now. You got 30 seconds to send us to a break.
Okay, Jeff, give me something real quick. 15 seconds, you, and I'll do 50 seconds. Go.
All right.
Jeff, come on.
No, take it over. I'll bounce back off you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, O-linemen are people too. We are very beloved. We love you all too, but we would love to love as well. And we'll see you back on Ducking Cider. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
I realize now that I have completely handed the keys to Marcus Harper for the show forever moving forward. So what we're going to do today, I said that Troy Franklin was going to be with us. Troy just came in. We only have about a minute left on today's show, so we're going to record with Troy here coming up for tomorrow's show. But, Troy, I just have to tell you that Marcus Harper literally just took over hosting the show, and it might have been the best show we've ever had. So no pressure for you now, okay? Marcus is the man? Yeah. So, I mean, the life lessons with Marcus Harper might have been the best segment that we've ever had. In all seriousness, though, thanks to Dan Lanning, Evan Williams, Jeff Bossa, Marcus Harper today. Troy Franklin going to join us here coming up. We'll record this afternoon, and then we'll have it for you on the show tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I did want to mention a couple non-football things. Of course, a lot's been going on over the summer. Congratulations to my buddy Marcus Hinkle. Today, Oregon baseball promoted him from volunteer assistant coach to assistant coach. Both baseball and softball now are able to have 3 full-time assistant coaches. Congratulations to Marcus Hinkle. That is awesome. And also, it just became official for a pro Duck. Wyndham Clark is going to be playing in the Ryder Cup. Pro Duck that won the U.S. Open over the summer. Congratulations to Wyndham Clark. That's super, super awesome. Elsewhere, coming up, we've got Graham Abel, Oregon soccer head coach, Oregon volleyball head coach Matt Ulmer. Myself and Rob Mosley will be back with you for our Quack Minutes and talking about everything relating to Oregon football practice that begins on Wednesday. Troy and the rest of the Ducks are at photo shoot day tomorrow. I mean, it's upon us. It's here. The schedule ahead will be afternoon practices for Duck football. Following those afternoon practices the first few weeks, then it's transitioning into the season. And we got Portland State coming up for that opener. A reminder every week that we'll have the Oregon Football Coaches Show on Wednesday evenings. Troy's probably going to be a guest on that, I would think, at some point on the Coaches Show. My thanks to Ashley back in the OSN studios, uploading everything to the radio affiliates. Knight, Scott, great to have you guys back for another year. I'm Joey Mack. That's it for one Duck Insider. One down, about 200 more to go this season. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song.
I love these nachos.
I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy.
What's your name?
You know what I'd love?